onto your butts. This is the Science Fiction Rating System, and this week we're looking at Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Again, we're looking at Jurassic Park again, aren't we? If you'd listened to that.
Yes, actually, yeah, it's a revisit. It was actually in our first episode, which is being deleted.
Yeah.
It might be on the black market somewhere on YouTube.
Reach out if you want a copy. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It got short shrift.
What was the outcome of?
Well,
it was controversial because it was below.
Yeah.
Star Wars, was it? Was that the controversy?
Yeah. Because I hadn't seen Jurassic Park probably since, not long after it came out. So I couldn't remember it. And you guys were very enthusiastic, and I was a bit like, should play devil's advocate here.
It was a very half-assed episode, actually, because we hadn't even watched Jurassic Park.
No, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah. I was doing it off memory. So no, this is proper
Hopefully
Jurassic
we've
Park.
all watched this recently.
Hell yeah.
Very recently.
In 4K, baby.
Oh, yeah. So you had the 4K. Yeah, that's a rescan. Yeah, I don't know how good that one is.
It looked pretty sharp. It looked really good.
Okay.
And I was surprised how good the CG looked. I think they've done something to it, perhaps, because it looked
I don't think they
better
have.
than the Blu-ray transfer.
Don't
They
think they
haven't.
have.
Oh, it looked really good.
No.
Yeah.
Did it take you back to 1993? Remember that?
Every time.
When we were 9?
Yeah.
That had an effect on me. I don't know if it did on you.
Hell
Anyway,
yeah.
So, based on a book by Michael Crichton, who directed last week's film. It's a science fiction thriller with huge, sort of high symbolic themes, which I think getting over a high science message to essentially kids, I think is a laudable mission, which it achieves. And I remember going to see this film. I think it was the first proper adult film I went to see when I was 9.
Yeah.
And it sort of just changed everything.
Yeah.
So, the top of the film, it starts with a sort of a death, really, isn't it?
It's proper straight. It's a kind of straight up horror film.
It's quite a hard hitting opening, isn't it?
Dark.
Yeah. Really dark.
Shooter.
It's quite violent. You get to see. You don't see any dinosaur at that point, do you?
See an eye, don't you?
You see an eye.
Yeah.
So, that sort of underlines how good this movie is, in the sense of, I think in the total film, there's not many dinosaurs in it, is there? There's about 14 minutes, is there? Something like that?
That cold opening for me is like peak Spielberg, classic Spielberg, that is.
Well, it starts with the trees rustling, right? And you're looking up into them and you're thinking, oh, we're going to see a dinosaur walk out the trees. Yeah. It's a forklift truck.
Totally. Yeah. It's like such that kind of blockbuster tease, sort of like a Jaws thing of I know why you're here, I've got you sat down, and now I'm going to make you wait, it's...
Yeah. An incredible sort of set design, iconic, that raptor pen, iconic in its design. Yeah, brilliant. So there's that really super punchy opening, and then we're back and we're meeting people like the lawyer and the paleontologists, and we're getting lots of sort of quite wordy, fast dialogue, which is was quite difficult to follow when I was a kid.
It's very Close Encounters, isn't it? This is pretty much the beginning of Close Encounters, where you're jumping about all these different people, all these locations. You're kind of like, I don't really know what's going on. Well, you know what's going on, but you're kind of, they're building, like you say, it's very Spielberg to kind of set these balls all kind of in motion.
Getting the gang together, aren't they?
Yeah, getting it all up in the air, and kind of you're like, but where's it going to go?
But a high sense of realism, I think, isn't it? Because this might be the first time anyone has said paleobotanist or something on, we're trying to, we're being exposed to sciencey stuff, which we hadn't before in a different way.
I had forgotten, but I do love that whole raptor speech that he does. That
the fat kid.
Yeah, that Sam Neill does to that kid. It is because it's very good, because it kind of sums up him hating children, and it also
introduces the antagonist.
Yeah, exactly, and also it does pretty much because I mean I'm sure Chris will know more of this, but raptors weren't really like a thing, were they, before this film?
Well, at the time, I think they discovered the velociraptor, but it was too small. It's like chicken sized, and they scaled it up for the movie.
Yeah,
it was smaller in the book, I think.
Oh, okay.
But still dangerous. And then during the making of the film, they discovered a dinosaur which had the same dimensions as the one which was in the film.
Oh, okay.
Called Utahraptor.
Yeah.
So it kind of, like it prophesizes certain things which kind of actually came true. Some dinosaurs they took more creative license with than others. But
it is pretty clever, isn't it? Because if you think dinosaurs, you think T-Rex, and obviously there is a T-Rex. But to make the raptors, which is something people hadn't heard of, as this kind of mysterious... It's almost like he kind of knew people knew what a T-Rex was, so he thought, well, I'm not going to go with the obvious choice. We'll have these other kind of evil...
Yeah, like as far as like popular culture is aware, raptors were invented by Jurassic Park.
Exactly. And to have that whole speech...
And it's so iconic.
Yeah, to have that whole speech which tells you like how they're going to slice your guts open and they're working a team and all that. It's a very good little bit of like shadowing for what's to come. But it's very
in some
entertaining.
ways, it promoted the idea of them being birds and fast and dangerous, where I think dinosaurs before were different.
Big lizards.
And they had to make creatures which worked on screen, which looked like real animals and moved like real animals. Imagine if they were like the old-fashioned sort of slow dinosaurs, like Land at Time Forgot type things. It just wouldn't work.
No.
So, what about when the whole team is together and in the helicopter on the way there? That's a great little scene.
Yeah.
It's the best music cue.
Can we just go back a bit?
Go on.
You know when the guy gets the amber in the cave, when the lawyer goes up the river and he finds the amber, like that concept there. Like, do you remember how like exciting that was?
Yeah.
And everyone thought it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that, it was that. This was the future. We were going to bring dinosaurs back in amber.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nailed on later, though, isn't it? When it's Mr. DNA.
Oh, I suppose.
That's when it's explained.
Yeah, sorry.
That was kind of like a foreshadow of like why are they digging up that? Why do they even care about that at this point?
Yeah.
But it's a great shot.
It is.
But one other bit before the helicopter, is the whole Dodson scene, which...
Dodson, we got Dodson!
We can't forget Nedry.
No, exactly. But again, it is very clever that, because it's a very kind of like Hitchcock thing of throwing in that this guy is going to sabotage them.
Yeah.
Another film would have made that a twist. Oh, there's this fat funny guy. Oh, he's a comedy relief. Oh no, hold on a minute.
Totally.
He's stolen some dinosaurs. Whereas this, you're already going, oh my god, we haven't even seen the island. We haven't seen a dinosaur, but we already know someone's going to fuck with it. So I think it's really well done.
I mean, I couldn't understand when I was 9 saying, okay, so this guy works at a dinosaur theme park and he's got beef.
Yeah.
I'm like.
It's such a great performance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like by New Movement. What's his name in real life? Wayne Knight, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when he does that little squeal when he gets the can with the cream, normal shave of home. Like, is it? I mean, it is a squeal, isn't it? It's not the chair or anything.
No,
it's like a dolphin squeal.
It's weird, isn't it? It's
what
so
they
weird.
Put in the Velociraptor voice.
Yeah. It's a weird noise. He's great.
Do you want to know? This is probably the only time I can say a trivia thing about Jurassic Park that you might not know. Do you want? Really? I did only. It's not from me. It's from Cracked.com. But you know Nerdry's wardrobe. Do you know that it's
Nedry? Come on,
Nedry, yeah.
Nerdy, Nedry, whatever. All of the clothes are pulled from the Goonies.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because he wears a Hawaiian shirt like Chunk in the beginning. He wears a windbreaker which is identical to Mouth's. And in the last scene, he's dressed like Mikey. And because Spielberg was the producer of Goonies, it kind of makes sense. But they did, if you go on Cracked and look it up, you can see the shot, like the picture next to the picture. And they are very, very... They do just look like he's wearing the same costumes. It's a bit odd, but...
And then we see the Barbasol can, another iconic prop in movie history.
Yeah.
And then there's that discussion where... John Hammond turns up
Oh yeah, in the caravan.
In the caravan. And then now that is again another movie iconic scene, right? This is him. I mean, Attenborough as well. I think he played a pretty good. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking because he comes from a different era of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And when someone rolled up and says, "This is what we're making," I think it'd be difficult for him to visualize what they were going to do with the computers, right?
Yeah,
because he'd not been doing blockbusters, had he? Like before that?
No, he'd done a few
for a long while.
movies, and then he directed
He'd not
a
been
lot.
in work. Yeah, he'd not been doing stuff recently. Don't you think his accent's a bit dodgy though?
a bit. Yeah,
That's my only complaint.
I don't think it's dodgy. I think it's like a caricature. It's like an Americanized version of the accent.
Is he meant to be Scottish?
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
No. Also, my problem was because we watched
Why?
Jurassic...
Because he's rich and he's from Scotland.
My problem with this was that because we watched Jurassic Park 2 more recently than Jurassic Park, well, for me, he's such a horrible person in that. He's just a villain as far as I'm concerned. That I went into this thinking, yeah, but you're the villain. And I do think there are elements of that in this, but I was
in the book he was a lot more of a villain.
Yeah, and my kind of viewing of it was much more with him, a lot more negatively towards him than probably most people watching it have that. They kind of think, oh, he's a bit misguided, but I proper just think it's kind of all his fault, really. But anyway, we get more towards
Well,
that.
in some ways, they kind of make him more like the granddad of it all, and they try and make Malcolm a bit of a villain, don't they?
No. No.
Well, they kind of make him the annoying character at the beginning, and he's just like spouting off throughout the film, really, isn't he? But
no, he's the audience surrogate.
Yeah.
He's us.
No, I agree. Yeah.
Isn't he?
But I don't think at the time he was. I think he is now.
I think he's the.
Okay, so they head to the island. The music cue there is the best cue.
Yeah.
This is the best scene in the film,
album.
in my opinion.
Yeah, this sequence is
the shot of them flying in. That is the best bit of the entire film. Now I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
And they arrive.
And that's nothing other than a camera following a helicopter into a real life location, isn't it?
Yeah.
No CG, nothing. An amazing score. That's...
And then they land, and then they get in the Jeeps. The Jeep Sahara 93s. And then which there's a huge community of people that make them.
Yeah.
I've looked at this week. I'm considering buying one.
I can say that's where your sitcom money's going to go. Get yourself a...
Yeah. And then we have the moment, don't we, where they first see it.
Yeah.
And that is probably the most quoted, the clipped part of the movie.
Him turning Laura Dern's head,
Yeah.
isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, the dialogue there's a bit mental as well. Like the acting and the choreography and the blocking is a bit strange.
But what's good about that is, though, that's why you hire Goldblum, because he'll just talk and the way he's like going on.
Yeah.
It's like, I bloody love him, but he's just really good in this film, isn't he? 'Cause he's just so... Again, he grounds it in a way, like if it was just Alan Grant going, oh, look, it's a dinosaur, like a small child. But because you've got him there doing that, like, counter-programming against it of, like, just trunching on. But even he stops talking when he sees the thing, the sense of wonders, like... What is it, Diplodocus, is it? Is that the first one you see? Brontosaurus? Brachiosaur.
Yeah. Again, so, I mean, that was probably the first CG creature like that we'd seen.
Yeah.
I think it still looks good, doesn't it? That long shot into the valley.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like in broad daylight.
Yeah.
The way they shot it, it's handheld. It's not locked. It's not lock off. It's great. I don't know. I really don't know how they did it. It's insane. And then we get into the more after that. The scene after that is where they really get into the discussion about morals and we learn more about Malcolm and the chaos theory, which is a big thing in the book, a lot more in the book than in the film.
Have you read the book, Alex?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
I've not read it in a long time. It's not Michael Crichton can't write very well, but it's an entertaining read.
It's just a lot of stuff in there, you know.
Yeah. Like it has like fractal drawings of the chaos theory getting more and more crazy. It goes through.
Yeah.
I mean, having, you know, we understand the plot of the film so much that it's quite a disjointed plot in the book.
Oh, okay.
It's even weirder now, isn't it? Because they took scenes from it, like a pterodactyl bit is in Jurassic Park 3.
There's bits like nicked in all the in the following films. There's bits used.
Oh, that's odd. Yeah, that is odd. Yeah. Okay.
Like the boat bit in Jurassic Park 3 is like what was in the first one.
Yeah.
The book. So we talk about like issues of responsibility for new life. We see the baby raptor. That's an interesting scene.
Yeah.
We meet Dr. Wu, who
the actual real villain.
Yeah, the real villain of it all. It turns out, who appears in Jurassic World and this new one as well.
Yeah,
it's about to come out.
That's the weirdest bit of that Jurassic World film, and it's like he's got some sort of like long game going on, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's there drinking his tea.
Yeah, very odd. Very odd.
Like a very camp sort of Japanese architecture and
There's a good lot of procedural stuff here, like do they get on the ride and he does the back and forth.
You know, they get in the tour, aren't they? Yeah. Where they sit in that moving thing like you would in Epcot.
Yeah, no, I love all that.
See the lab.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I think
you see the lab and the control room.
Yeah,
that should just be a ride, shouldn't it?
It's great.
Yeah, that should.
You should be able to go on that.
Yeah. Would you want to just be able to get out like they do?
Yeah, and break it.
Break the thing,
yeah. Can they do that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's... And, you know, you're starting to see the real science, and I think the explosion of kids wanting to be paleontologists, they must... All the current ones, which are now writing papers in their 30s and 40s, they're the ones that, like, this film did it, really.
Yeah.
So I've just got a few little quiz questions.
Oh.
Well, I'll give you a couple of questions now. So, how many brains did the Stegosaurus have?
Who's that to anyone? Is it just shout out?
Anyone. Shout out.
3.
3 brains.
Yeah. 3 brains. Did it... I think it did have 2. Has it got one up its arse?
Yeah, there was a theory that it might have had a little one along its back, but I think the current scientific consensus is 1.
Right. That was the thing, wasn't it?
It's an
anticlimax. Not up its arse, but near its arse. There was one.
Yeah.
So on average, how often do they discover a new species now? Because it's accelerated so quickly, the science and
of dinosaur. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, how often now do you think they find a new species?
In what? In okay. Well,
in what? What
months,
days or weeks? What months?
Whatever. Just tell me. Months, weeks. What?
Every 18 seconds.
Every 3 weeks.
It's once a week.
Oh, okay.
Bloody hell.
That's still a lot, though. Yeah, God.
Yeah.
Did you see that? They found that like feather tail in amber.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's
isn't
pretty
it?
cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
A preserved feather tail.
I don't know if there's actual DNA in that as well.
It's like 98 million years old, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
It's quite old. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, it's
and they can do things like they can find out what colour things were and stuff. It's because they can look at the cells and the shape of them and what they would have glistened, what colour they would have given off. It's mad. So what after that then they have this quite heated debate about the ethics of the whole park, which is quite a science. Well, it's the reality check, isn't it, of what John Hammond.
Where'd you come down on that, Chris?
I don't care. I just want a dinosaur park.
Alex.
Well, they're kind of all. I think the one that I do think is there's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, but the one that tipped it to me, which is the most stupid one, is when Laura Dern says, "Well, you've got poisonous plants here just because they look good." That does seem really fucking stupid to me, because surely someone checked because that did seem silly. I was like, no, hold on, that does seem stupid. They shouldn't have done that.
Like they're less responsible than a normal theme park at that point.
Yeah.
That seems insanely irresponsible. But
I mean, they're going to get sued
Yeah.
by the rich people that go there.
But you can kind of see why he's done it, and because he could do it. It is that thing, just because you can do it, should you do it? But it is pretty cool to have done it. So it's
this is it. I mean, there is no. This is what I'm saying. I don't think we were totally on board at this point, and I don't think there was anyone on Malcolm's side sat in that room.
No, not in the audience.
No,
you're all
not in the audience because we've just seen a dinosaur.
Yeah,
we don't give a shit about you, mate. At the moment,
At that point, definitely,
And I think it's only probably the second or third viewing, or when you've got, as you say, when you're not a child and you're watching it, that you kind of take those arguments a bit more seriously, or a bit more like, I think as a kid watching it, I was probably just like, hurry up, like. I don't know.
You get all the commercialisation sort of stuff, like the lawyer going, "Oh, we can charge $10,000 a day."
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great.
It's so clever the way they have their own merchandise in the film, isn't it?
It's
such a meta sort of thing, isn't it? I love
this is a perfect storm. This film for selling stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
But it's interesting that just after that scene, 38 minutes in, the kids arrive.
Oh.
See now, and it's here. I did want to know what Sam was thinking about it, because as we did Westworld is an adult film with just adults in it. There are no children in that film, and it does deal with some of the stuff that's going on here. But this is a family film, and there are two kids in it, and that is the big plot point, and some of the themes around that. And how do you feel about that, Sam? Because I know that you are a bit like Sam Neill, aren't you?
It's like two fucking short rounds turn up. And it is the one problem with this film.
Yeah, Spielberg kid is not a good thing. I don't.
It's like E.T. is a bad film, and it's like E.T. is invading on Jurassic Park here.
Yeah, I mean, she literally I've written it down. One of the first things she says is, "It's an interactive CD-ROM." Like that.
It's Linux. I know this.
They were the. It was totally like from the audience's the main target audience perspective.
Yeah,
and how he was.
Yeah, but as a kid though, they weren't good, were they? Like, you wanted to be Alan Grant, you didn't want to be the kid, did you? As a kid.
I don't know. We were in their shoes. I think I was.
Yeah, but I don't think you thought they were cool. I thought I wanted to be them, but not the thinking, oh, they're great. Like I probably liked Goldblum, to be honest, but they're just annoying. And they get worse. I'll save it for later on because there's a specific bit where.
Yeah. So they all So the kids turn up and I one of the main themes of all of this is supposed to be that Alan goes from a quite because they talk about kids at the beginning, don't they? Like, and he really softens to kids, and becomes like a father figure throughout the film.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Given, I think someone mentions that the kids' parents are splitting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, so he's sort of taking over that role. They're very, he's in blue, Ellie's in pink, John is in white, Goldblum's in black. It's so like...
Yeah.
Nedry's in all sorts of colours.
Archetypal. And Nedry's in his Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, in his Goonies outfits, yeah.
You've got the Ranger in his Ranger outfit.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson smoking more cigarettes than anyone has ever smoked in a film, ever.
Yeah. Probably the best acting I've ever seen Samuel L. Jackson do, though, I think. Character acting.
He's good. He's very good in it. He's good in it.
He's not Samuel L. Jackson in it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, he's not.
That's true, yeah. No, he's,
Yeah.
He's playing a role, yeah.
I mean, we all love a bit of Bob Peck, don't we?
Oh, he's a class act. I think Bob Peck, second to Goldblum, is my favourite character. He's just so good.
Yeah.
Like, he just... when they go to the raptor... No, they go to feed the cow to the things. He's talking to Laura Dern about it. Every line he says, you buy it, don't you, that he's been there and he's so impressed by it.
Yeah.
They should all be destroyed.
Yeah.
It's just literally scene after scene of class, really, isn't it? And then we're going into... They get in their tour.
Yeah.
And now, excitement is now at fever pitch.
But I think actually this is the bit of the film I was most impressed by, because Spielberg not only once disappoints you, he effing well disappoints you twice to not see a dinosaur. And I'd forgotten that this happens. I kind of remembered the T-Rex, but I didn't remember the first one they go in and they don't see it. And I was like, this is actually the balls on this film to do this right now is pretty brave because people in the audience could have just been like, do you know what, this is rubbish. I'm not even, I haven't even, you know, like we're 40 minutes in or something.
There's not like, I've not got, my memory's not very good, but one of my memories of being a kid is watching this in the cinema, and that, when they do get in the rain, they get to there, waiting with the glass shaking, I can remember being absolutely just terrified, you know, like properly because it was, I remember it feeling so big. It was a blue UCI in Tamworth. It wasn't a big screen, but it just felt like the world, and just like the fear, like it's such a it's because you've been teased for like what is it 45 minutes, isn't
that's what it is.
So, no, it's so
we've seen the goat. We saw the goat.
You saw the goat.
No, it's very very clear, and I did think it's fantastic. It is like I think it's
even now it works, doesn't it?
Because it totally works.
That's why old Spielberg is a good director, well, a fantastic director, is because he understands how films work on the level of before CG, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, the suspense doesn't come from the CG. The payoff comes from that, and that's all the better for it. But everything before that is all just character and shots. Yeah.
I mean, you do see them no-shows, though. You do see the Dilophosaurus. You do see the T-Rex. It gives you a little bit of Triceratops.
Yeah.
Which is a lovely scene as well, because you get a bit of good Goldblum there. What's he say? That is one big pile of shit.
It's a bit.
Once they've gone off the thing,
it doesn't really go anywhere. That scene, though, it feels a bit like.
Well, it's the way they split the cast up, isn't it? Because
that's the problem. Like their B story doesn't go anywhere until they get chased back to the lodge, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the book, it goes completely different in the book.
Yeah.
How with the directions people go, but I think that scene is quite good in sense of you can see, like, as a Palin, like Grant's real love for that dinosaur. Like what it means. He's starting to soften as a character, which is quite cool.
I suppose also as well, like that's an animatronic dinosaur, isn't it? So it's kind of when
you
T-Rex
get real reactions.
Up,
yeah.
But it's like different in the way, like, you know, that's what we expect then. So T-Rex is even more of a shock when he's this, you know,
true
CG thing.
And then so then the weather goes wrong, and the power goes out.
Yeah.
We see Nedry's plan come to fruition.
Yeah.
Dennis steals the embryo.
Yeah. Dennis steals the embryo, which is a strange sort of electronic piece, isn't
Classic piece. It's brilliant. Fantastic piece of music.
Not what you'd expect from John Williams, though, is it?
No. I love it.
It's got like MIDI sounds in there.
Do you remember my short-lived band, Dennis Steals the Embryo, and we were in Canada, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was a track you did, or was that a band? Yeah,
it was a track that became a band, like electronic.
Okay. So then we get the T-Rex attack. And can anyone name the animal sound used for the T-Rex roar?
Oh, it's loads of things, isn't it? Like a cow, a bear.
There's the main like sound.
It's not the noise from when the shark dies from Jaws, is it? Did he use that again? Because that's a sample of something. I think that's a sample of a dinosaur from a 50s film or something.
Oh right, wow.
Might look into that. I think that's a.
I thought it was a mixture of a lot of animals. That's what I thought it was.
The main element is an elephant.
Oh. Okay.
Trumpet.
Yeah. Going for size.
Great design, isn't it? Though.
Yes.
It's incredible. I mean, the sounds in general are just mental.
Is it? What's his name? Bart. Is that his? Did he do this? The Ben Bart? Is it the
Ben Birch?
Star Wars guy? Ben Burt. Yeah.
But just the general, like the little things as well. Like when there's a staring at the empty paddock and they're not seeing anything, and you just get stupid, like silly little sounds like. Just of the fence going. It's just mental. Like little things, details. It's great.
And even the rain's like really good rain, isn't it? It's so like it because it just doesn't because the score falls away, doesn't it? And you just get that,
and
especially that bit when Nedry's like got the whatever it's called, is it galley? What's it called? The one that gets him.
Oh, the Dilophosaur.
That's it. Like that has that whole thing as well. Like there's a whole section of film, isn't there? Really, where it's just there's no score at all, is there? It's just this.
It's very the action and the tension builds up for him because we know he's only got a certain amount of time to get out.
Yeah,
I really feel the tension there. It's really well played out. And again, the practical dinosaur attack it's great. There's a whole documentary about how they made that Dilophosaur. It takes like 10 people to operate. It's incredible. Like, and it shoots venom. Like it's mad.
That's pretty scary as well, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. It's just, and then so the T-Rex attacks. Now, Alan and the kids are alone in the wilderness. And then it kind of flips between them and the control room. So we sort of are seeing the chaos in the control room. So that's a little bit, it's kind of what we've seen in Westworld, and it's it's when I think the main thing with the book is it's how systems that they took for granted don't work.
Yeah,
and
it is a bit silly though that they let everyone else go. Like,
they have to kind of...
That there's like only 3 people, well, only 2 people really. Well, only one person really running all the computer stuff. It's only Samuel L. Jackson, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of lines to sort of explain that, isn't there? Like, because he goes like, the whole Nedry's writing the computers so they can just...
But if you think of like the kind of soft launch of any business...
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have every member of staff there to make sure it went really well.
Yeah. And also they're still building the place.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, I mean, I get why it is like that, but I did think, wouldn't it have been cooler? If there were loads of people around, loads of them were getting killed by dinosaurs.
Well, I guess in the new film they've thought they'd up the stakes by having like 10,000 people.
Yeah,
which I don't really buy as like upping the stakes. Yeah, I mean, They've covered their backs with it, but I know what you're saying. It doesn't make much sense that because they would just have accommodation there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only bit that I was a little bit like, oh. Sadly, because again we watched it before this, it is very much like Deep Blue Sea when they're like, oh, bye everyone, bye.
It's exactly the same as that.
I don't know, they took it from this, but it's just a bit like, but that's what we, that's kind of a bad movie thing to do. But small little,
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't it happen in The Thing as well? Don't they go down to a skeleton crew or something?
No, they're on a skeleton crew for quite a... Yeah, they're already... Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
The film's better for them going to it, no matter how they get there, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Alan's out in the wilderness. We get some lovely little scenes of, like, with the brachiosaurs at night. Where they feed...
Up the tree.
Lovely. That's a lovely scene.
That's awful, that scene.
No, it's quite nice. You don't like the kids though, so you're tainted.
I don't think the dinosaurs look very good there. I look so stupid.
I think they look kind of they look. I think they look quite cool.
He's got a really stupid smiley face. He's like, "Hello, I'm a dinosaur."
I don't want to sound like Sam here, but I did find the kids quite annoying. Like, it's a Vegisaurus, Lex. Like it's a bit tacky, and I know we're not up to it yet, but the bit I really hated was when he gets electrocuted, and
that's my bit. Yeah,
I'm sorry to jump ahead to it, but I just thought it was just dumb. I did.
He should be dead.
Yeah, I couldn't buy that, and also couldn't really buy that Lex is into computers so much because it's just so convenient to kind of solve the plot of the film.
She's a hacker.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm with Samuel L. Jackson. I hate all this hacker shit.
Even though his job is computer.
Yeah. No, so I'm kind of with Sam. I think that Sam Neill is a good enough actor that he sells this whole transformation from a kind of bitter man who just, I don't want kids and all that, and I think he sells, I think that's what kept me going through that, is that I'm like, Sam Neill delivers, he's a great actor, and I was kind of like, okay, well, I'm thinking like, I can see his transformation, and these kids are a bit annoying, but that's what's more important than what's playing out. But I buy it that maybe we're supposed to... Some people would have watched that and identified with the children, so, yeah.
I think he's playing off 2 kids who can't act with terrible dialogue and a bunch of, like, green screen dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and he's in a clearly... That set looks like a set. Yeah. That tree set.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, still rich and... I mean, still pretty good.
Yeah.
But... And then they realise that the dinosaurs are breeding on their own. Life finds a way, as Malcolm said earlier.
Yeah, life finds a way.
Yeah.
And they're really playing on that with the new film, I think. That's on every poster.
He is a
He's
bit.
in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's in the new film. Yeah.
It is odd that he's Goldblum's so sidelined. Once he's injured,
It's a shame, isn't
it's
it?
a real shame, and it's almost a bit noticeable because they
Well, he gets his chest out.
exactly they almost keep cutting to these shots of him just watching, but he doesn't speak. It's like they've run out of they can't pay him anymore for the dialogue or something. It's a bit odd.
I think it reads to me as though his character should have gone earlier, and they just liked him so much they wanted to keep him around without much to do.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
I heard an interview with him where he said that the guy that played the lawyer, they're on the plane to go to the shoot, to go to Hawaii, and the lawyer spent 10 hours trying to talk him into, when they land, saying that the lawyer should survive, and Malcolm, his part, should get eaten from the toilet.
Wow.
And Goldblum's like, this is mental. This guy was trying to get me to do.
That's great. Yeah, I think it's sad because he's a great character, and maybe if he just sat there kind of making snarky comments, it wouldn't have been very funny. But I would like him to have at least been given a job, or or been knocked out completely so that he's not conscious or something.
I suppose though, in a way though, it's quite clever because you're right. His snarky comments wouldn't work for the end of the film, would they?
No.
When it goes properly, a bit more horror and stuff like that, you don't want him there then, do you?
No.
It does make sense that he's sidelined, I suppose.
And he kind of becomes useless because of his injury, doesn't he? He kind of he's a dead weight.
Yeah, I guess. I just think it is a bit sad, but yeah.
It is sad, oh yeah. But then we got Lost World, didn't we? A whole film of him.
Yeah,
so.
True.
But then it was like a different character, almost.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
He became Alan Grant, didn't he? Almost.
It was very strange.
Yes.
So there are, there's one of the great scenes was the kitchen scene with the kids. Now, you might have liked it, Sam, because you thought the kids were going to get eaten. Maybe.
Well, I mean, the door handle, that's the bit, isn't it?
Oh, it's great.
When you realise they're opening the door, that's
there's
a proper,
a music cue there, which is ah.
Yeah, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
And it's smiling through the glass. And
it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Have we skipped past Bob Peck dying?
Well, it kind of goes on at the same time, right? Because Bob Peck is just before that he gets killed. But we get the clever girl.
That's a fantastic scene.
Yeah. We missed Samuel L. Jackson dying, and I was sad that he died.
Well, it's never shown, right?
No, but then I did read that Samuel L. Jackson was supposed to fly to Hawaii to film Arnold's death scene, but a hurricane destroyed the set, and the scene had to be scrapped. He regrets this because he's physically chased by them and killed, but he really wanted to do it. He really wanted to, you know. And I think it's sad. Now I know that, I kind of let the film off, but I did think it seemed a bit sad to have him as this kind of arm gag, it's kind of Jaws.
Yeah.
It doesn't play well because there's one line of dialogue, isn't it, that says he's gone there.
Yeah.
You never see him leave, do you? They say he's gone.
No,
they don't show him going.
He's also a nice character. He's a goodie in a way.
Yeah.
He doesn't do. It's not like he deserves a death like that. I wondered if he just died of cancer from all the smoking.
It's quite brutal, the book, though. It's how they knock people off. And that set with which she turns the electricity on.
Yeah.
That you can tell that was going to be, because that's in the book where he gets taken out by the raptors.
Oh, okay.
Because he climbs up to one of the gantries, and the raptor's down below, and he's like, he thinks he's okay. But then the raptor jumps about 12 foot. But, so you sort of see what the raptor can do at that point, which we never really see like that until the end, I guess.
True.
But I mean, it's pretty scary when she turns the electricity on, and then the raptor comes out behind her.
Yeah. And she's got the thing around her leg, hasn't she? Is that what's she got attached to her foot, like a limp everywhere? What's that?
Oh, that's a thing because I think it's cut out. They made an arm of Arnold.
Yeah.
There's also a prosthetic leg knocking around.
Okay.
This collector's got both. And there's a scene where she trips over the leg. And
that's why she's limping.
Injures her leg. And
Right, yeah.
And then they put in a bit to explain her limp beforehand, where she runs into a tree. when she runs away from.
That's a bit weird.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Laura Dern also kind of wasted, isn't she? Like, she's a great actress, and I think there's not enough.
No.
I think she's really good, and I think that's the only time you get some sort of like good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, she gets that steely face on. She's like, I've got to get out of here.
Well, that's because bloody Hammond said, "Oh, don't go," because you're a girl, and I'm a big fat old man, and I'll probably do a better job than you. Like,
hashtag me too.
Yeah, Hammond.
This girl can. Yeah. So, and that where Bob Peck gets killed is another super amazing scene.
Yeah, brilliant.
And that's a real. I mean, it's quite vividly portrayed. It's shown, isn't it? It's like how. And
that's good sound design again, because you don't really see anything, do you?
No.
But, like, you just see it pop up. Clever girl.
Yeah.
But then you see like a man in a raptor suit on top of him. It's quite. It's quite well done. It's. They show just enough for it to be scary. So the kitchen scene, kids escape, that's a good scene. And then you get this sort of finale, which was actually written last minute because you weren't supposed to see the T-Rex again.
Oh, okay.
And Spielberg says, we can't send people away without seeing the T-Rex again.
Hell yeah.
So then there's that sort of funny moment where the T-Rex sort of saves them.
Yeah.
Which
Weird.
The blocking of it is kind of confusing because you think they would have noticed the T-Rex walking into the room.
Yeah, I think this whole last scene is a mess, to be honest. I don't think it's very good at all.
The Unix system.
Well, I mean, you've got the Unix system and all the raptor chase, and, I don't know, Unix system was a shit system.
Well, also, like, Unix isn't a bunch of blocks on a grid that you fly around, is it? Like,
No, but they had
what was going
to
on there?
graphically explain to the audience,
I suppose,
Yeah.
an operating system, and Ned Reed made that operating system.
Yeah. Them being on the
Very
bones
strange.
and it all swinging and all that's.
But even the way it
that's not
works,
very
like,
good.
when she has to go and like lock the door and she has to like fly over this thing, it goes do 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 do. It's like, if it takes that long to lock a door, and you have to do it this way, you can't just like click on something. You have to fly over and click
terrible.
on it. Yeah.
Also, isn't she's the mouse weird, doesn't she? Like, she
It's like
she, like, using
she's
both
never
hands to
used a
point?
mouse before.
she's
Like,
got both hands on the mouse, doesn't she?
no, she's got all her fingers like sticking up and like,
That's it, yeah.
yeah,
God.
It's very odd.
yeah. Well, she probably had never used a mouse before.
Uh,
Yeah, and the T-Rex saves the day, and you get that epic shot where the banner comes down
Yeah, that's cool.
when dinosaurs ruled the
I feel
earth.
like that whole thing exists just to get that shot, doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
Like, that whole fight is just rubbish, and as you say, blocked confusingly.
That's a
and,
CG banner.
Yeah,
and a
that's the
CG
cover
dinosaur.
of the 4K thing. It looks quite nice.
Yeah.
Like, that's the new cover of the thing.
Yeah.
But no, I think and then also, like, they've rushed, like, Run Out that looks like it was filmed months later.
Yeah.
It just, it really feels disjointed, that last
And
bit
there's
to
a
me.
lot
Really.
of questions. There's like a lot. Not that you could just
Yeah.
have 30 minutes of answering questions, but there is a lot to just like, all right, we're away, and it's kind of happy. Well, I guess the only resolution is that, okay, now Sam Neill wants kids. Like, that's
Yeah, Sam Neill's, he's with the kids. He's looking out the window. He can see the birds, the pelican flying. It's kind of it's symbolic in some ways.
Do you remember how the book ends, Chris, with Hammond's death?
I'm trying to think. Is it Compass?
So
Compass getting...
well, first of all, I think he breaks his leg. I'm sure he snaps his leg falling down a bank.
Yeah.
And he's like, the bone's sticking out, and then the compass come and get him, and he's like torn apart by compass.
Yes, that's basically like what happens in Lost World.
yeah.
To Peter Stormare, yeah. That'd have been a great ending, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
David Attenborough's getting torn apart as everyone else flies off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't end on a high as it like you're right, it's a bit of a messy ending. But,
I don't think it's a messy ending because it's like the dinosaurs have won and the people have retreated. It just
doesn't. I think it, especially after the kitchen bit, it just doesn't really go anywhere in a way. I don't know.
Well, the kitchen bit is that last little sequence of that chase happens quite quick. They do move.
Yeah.
They do.
They're just getting out. I don't know. I just feel like it needs something.
Well, most films would have just blown up
Alan
the
Grant's
island,
a terrible shot.
wouldn't they?
Well, the book, they blow the island up in the book. That's how the book ends.
See, that's
They blow the island
kind
up.
of your kind of go-to answer is just blow everything up. But that it wouldn't be satisfactory. But it would be more of an ending, I guess. But
They do that in 3, don't they? Is it 3 they blow up the
oh
island?
yeah,
I don't think they do. No, they're
know.
kept as a reserve,
Are
aren't they? Right. Yeah, they napalm it or something in the book, don't they, or something? I don't know.
I can't imagine it's destroyed, because that's why Site B's such a big deal in the second one, isn't it? Because the first one's just gone altogether.
But I kind of the ending sticks all right with me. It's just because it's a nice musical ending. It's you've had the highs, you've had that last. I think that T-Rex bit at the end. You did want to see the T-Rex at the end.
Yeah.
It is a very, very good shot.
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
that
it
shot
looks
is,
amazing.
Definitely. Yeah. But like he does save him, which is a bit stupid, and then he does like pose for that shot, doesn't he? I don't know. It just
it does. But that's it. It's Disney.
a lot of the time it wasn't. Yeah. It's not Disney's. It's Universal, isn't it?
I mean, it's Disney.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm being pedantic.
Yeah. Let's see if I've got any extra. I've got no facts for you, so
that's okay.
So guys, what do we think?
It is a great film. I do think it's a brilliant film. I think it's a brilliant horror film. It's got a lot of entertainment in there. It's very well directed. I had a few issues with a few things in there, but generally it is very good. And it is there isn't anything like it, and that spectacle is still there. And do you know what I mean? Like there isn't a better, like the way there isn't a better shark film, there isn't a better dinosaur film, is there?
No.
My question for you, Alex, is
yes.
Like you saw it, obviously watched it for this, but you've not seen it in a long time, have you? So obviously it's not had the same effect on you as it did me and Chris. Do you think that's just because you're like a couple of years older?
Yeah,
or were you
maybe.
just not? Did you see it at the time?
Yeah, I did see it at the time. I remember a little kid running out crying, their parent like taking them out crying. And I remember thinking it was really cool and I really liked it. And I definitely saw a second one at the cinema, and I think I saw the third one at the cinema. But no, it didn't kind of make me obsessed with dinosaurs or anything like that. I did think it was very good, but I didn't... I don't have the same... Like, when the new one came out, I wasn't that fussed, to be honest. I'm not... I still haven't seen either of them.
You're not missing anything.
No. But, maybe I was just a bit older. I didn't have that kind of, connection with it. Maybe. I don't know.
Chris, still holds up for you?
Yeah. Still hits all the right notes. It, I mean... Can you believe, like, he made this and Schindler's List, like, in the same... he should have just, like, given up after that. After these two films, just put the camera away, mate. Because I don't think he did anything better after.
To be honest, it's probably is a valid point. Like, what is there a late Spielberg film?
AI was brilliant.
Yeah. But Stanley Kubrick did most of the work on that.
And War of the Worlds wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, but it's not like classic.
No.
It's not not Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park level, is it?
No, he has definitely hit the skids.
And that might be his last.
Yeah.
I mean, recently, it's 25 years ago, is it now? Jurassic Park, which is terrifying. But,
I mean, after all of his trouble he had with Jaws and the mechanical shark, he was pretty brave to attempt this.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm just looking at his filmography and see what he did after this that was good.
Well, people like kind of Bridge of Spies, stuff like that.
And this film was so important in like the technical side of things as well, right? This
you don't have Phantom Menace without Jurassic Park, do you?
This invented stuff.
Did it invent the mobile phone like Phantom Menace?
I think it might have.
Isn't that true? That this is the reason he made Phantom Menace, isn't it? He saw Jurassic Park, Lucas.
Yeah.
Lucas
thought,
that's it, I can make it now. Yeah.
Okay, and then he just, his Jar Jar Binks just like...
I think we should knock a place in the ranking off Jurassic Park just for that.
But
I'm just looking at Spielberg's films since, and there's nothing on the level of this at all, really.
And Schindler's List, yeah.
Yeah, so it is the... I guess some people would say Saving Private Ryan, but that's not my kind of...
Yeah, okay, yeah, but...
Yeah.
I watched that recently, and actually, there's some good scenes in it, but it's dodgy. The construction of it is dodgy.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never seen it all the way through.
How it's like a flashback of the. Yeah, it's very cheesy. It's kind of like the end bit of Schindler's List. Like, you just don't need that end bit.
No.
But
Warhorse.
Oh God.
I like Munich. Munich's a good film, but
Munich's alright.
Not classic. Anyway, we're digressing. Shall we rate it? This is going to be a big one, I think.
Yeah.
Chris, do you want to go first? I guess I know you're going to put it.
Yeah, 1.
1, right. Alex.
And I will. If you got any, I can probably argue.
Well,
like I've got like good reasons for anything you could come up with. So
I'll say for me it's 2.
Yeah.
Alex, where would you put it?
3.
Oh, right.
I don't think it. I said it the first time. I said it's not better than Star Wars, and I don't think it is better than Star Wars. I'm sorry. It just isn't.
I don't think it's better than Star Wars, and I think it's because of when I watched it. There's something about watching Jurassic Park, which just is still the most exciting thing in the world.
Fucking like
it's
brilliant.
It is brilliant in a way that like
it transcends films in the sense I was there and I wanted that reality to be real. It transcends a movie-going experience.
I'd say the same with Star Wars and Aliens.
I'd say the same with Blade Runner.
Well, we haven't done Blade Runner yet, but...
Yeah.
But I would, damn it. Most of my time I'm thinking about that.
It sent a whole generation mental.
Yeah, but this is a film. Yeah. It's a film list, though.
Do you know what? Do you know why I put it 3? Would you like to know? Yeah. Right. So my argument is that I think Star Wars and Aliens create entire worlds that you think, I want to know more about this entire world. I think Jurassic Park, because it's set in our world, there isn't much outside. Okay, yeah, I wanted to go visit Jurassic Park. I wanted that. But there's no more outside of it. It's a closed thing. And then that's it. Yeah. And I don't think that is... I just don't think it has the legacy and the power and the richness of the world that is created in both Star Wars and Aliens. That's all. That's
an interesting theory.
Yeah.
My point for it being below Aliens is that, like, really, in this top tier films, we haven't hit my top ones yet, because Aliens has got the same problem as Jurassic Park, and it's the kid. Like, I know I'm a broken record, but like, they are the problem. They're the sucking, void in the middle of this film, in a way. And I think Cameron isn't as indulgent of that as Spielberg is in this. Like, half the film is it, basically. And it's still a brilliant film, but that is just I just can't enjoy it. I just really can't. And yeah, there you go. And also, Aliens is just like that. I think you're right. Like, it is a whole world. And if I think about how much of like the Aliens universe I've consumed and want to consume, and I still want to see stories there.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about seeing another Jurassic Park. It's done, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a richer, and like Star Wars
as a like standalone. Forget sequels, forget any extended universe.
Yeah.
As a standalone movie, I think Jurassic Park is a better movie.
I think it's a better movie than Star Wars. I think I agree with you in that sense, that if we were going on the world, I'd put Jurassic Park below Star Wars and below Star Trek too, to be honest. But I think, if you go in terms of, like, as a contained film, I think it is a better film than New Hope.
Yeah.
Not Aliens,
yeah.
though. I think
like I say, there was a lot of questions that I had at the end of it, and I didn't really get Goldman being sidelined like that. It didn't really make sense to me. There was just a few niggly things with it, but I think I think that things should be rated for the achievement and for the, like you say, like, it inspired all these children. It changed the way films were made. But you could say the same about Star Wars and Aliens with that as well. So it's right up there with those. So. I mean, should it really be 2 because it's like 1, 2, 3? So shouldn't it be the middle one?
Okay. I'm alright with that.
Yeah.
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 I mean, of course I'm alright with that. That's what I said. So I'm alright with that. Cool.
That's fair, I guess. It's fine to be fair.
It's moved up one, hasn't it? It's below Star Wars last time.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I mean, Star Wars is important, but it's a fluke.
There's better dialogue in this than there is in Star Wars. I'll give you that.
It's not. it's a fluke, but then there's another Star Wars film that is probably going to be higher than anything on this list, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Which is, like in that. That's not a fluke, is it? If the second one's better than.
The thing is, when we reach these high altitude movies here, we could sit down and watch any of these.
Oh, yeah.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. So, that'll be the highest the Jurassic Park film gets in this list, anyway. I would imagine.
Yeah, what number's 2? Where is 2 currently?
It's at 30 now, which is not down to 30.
Okay.
Which is higher than I thought it'd be, to be honest. It was. We enjoyed it more than I thought, didn't we?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 is.
Yeah.
God knows where that'll go. 3's an awful film.
Yeah.
I love how
it's
3.
because-
They ran out of money, didn't they? And it just stops.
The first one had proper themes, like quite broad and all-encompassing, symbolism.
Yeah.
And 2 and 3 doesn't.
No.
It's just more dinosaurs.
They're just
and
monster
running
movies, aren't
away
they?
from them.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. They're like the B movie to, it's like the Jaws sequels.
It's like, oh yeah, we can do dinosaurs now, so we'll just do tons.
And really, in a way, that's also a mark of credit for Aliens, because that's a sequel, but that doesn't fall into any of those traps, does it?
That's true. True.
It's a different. They changed genre. What they did
Yeah.
with that though, didn't they? So they get that.
But that's what they should do with Jurassic Park,
Well, a war film.
The word on the street is they might.
God.
isn't there? They're going to bring back that idea for Quattro. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Have you heard about that, Alex? Yeah.
What, the robot,
in the-
like the Raptor Task Force one?
In a castle,
Yeah.
living in a castle in Germany.
Yeah, that sounds
my
amazing.
God.
You know,
If you're listening at home, go and Google that.
There's like flavours of that in these new ones. You know.
Yeah, totally. They get into that, aren't they? You can see it in that squad that Chris Pratt has.
Yeah, no, I thought that was the plot in the one the newest one, the trailer. It makes it look like that. Like,
does it?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, it looks a bit like when I remember you telling me that plot line. I was thinking, this is.
Do they live in a castle?
It's a dark room.
There is a castle there.
Yeah.
Oh my! Is there really?
In this new one, yeah.
Oh my God, they made it.
Check out the trailer.
Yeah, and Goldblue's in it. I'm suddenly really interested in this new Jurassic Park film now. Bloody hell!
But they sell all the dinosaurs to just like oligarchs and stuff, don't they? There's like an auction in the trailer. There's so much in these trailers. I can't believe how much they give you.
Oh wow! Yeah, because that was the idea of that other film, was that they got onto the mainland, hadn't they? And they were like, there's some are pets and some are just like pests and things like that. And like people had them, rich people had them.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
There's a shot where obviously some zoo has bought the T-Rex.
Yeah.
And it like shows a lion roaring, and then the camera swings round, and then on the like the enclosure next to it, the T-Rex just goes at the lion.
I'll have to watch this trailer, because the trailer I saw was just like a volcano exploding.
No,
and it showed
no.
those things going down a hill about 10 times.
No,
It's the
No,
same.
it's big
They're
one.
covering the same ground as Lost World, where they go to the island to try and ransack the island.
Yeah.
It's the same. They're just covering. You know, it's just rehashes of the same sorts of stories, really.
Right, are we about done on Jurassic
Yeah.
Park? I think we are, aren't we? That's a long
so.
one, that
Cut
was.
to our past selves.
Yeah, so, past Sam, what we're watching next week.
So you two dig up dinosaurs?
Trying to.
Hello, future me. No, past me. No, I'm confused now. Is that hello, future me? Here is
Future
past me
is-
to tell you about next week's film. Next week, we're watching the seminal classic, maybe, from 1999, Muppets from Space.
I've never seen this.
You've never seen it?
Never seen
Chris,
Muppets from Space.
I know Chris has seen it. He's watched it about 20 times with me. So this film, it stars the Muppets, notable for being like the first of that mid-90s. You've got Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island, both ruined by having humans really up front and in the mix.
Yeah.
Muppets from Space, it's Muppets up front. And then you've got Jeffrey Tambor there as well, who's badass. So basically, this film's about the Muppets living in a big house together, as they do. And the great Gonzo is concerned about the fact he doesn't know what he is. Like, obviously, Kermit's a frog, Miss Piggy, a pig, Pepe,
Fuzzy's
a shrimp.
Fuzzy's a bear.
Yeah. Do you say Fuzzy?
Yeah, Fuzzy Bear.
No, his name's Fuzzy.
Oh,
Come on.
Fuzzy Bear, sorry.
Get your Muppet
What's
lore right.
monster?
He's a monster. Yeah, and I don't know. It's a good point. What is he? Anyway, he doesn't talk properly. And weirdly, why are Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat the main Muppets in these films? I never understood that.
I think it's because they're the best.
You think? Yeah. Anyway, so Gonzo wonders where he's come from, gets hit by lightning and goes a bit mental, and goes off to find out where he came from.
It's kind of a Close Encounters theme, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it pastiches a lot of science fiction films. Spoilers, he came from space. Not really a spoiler. On the front cover, it's that.
Yeah.
On the way, we meet lots of the Muppets, and someone sings a song about jalapenos, which I have sung every time I've seen a jalapeno ever since this film. So we've got that to look forward to.
Every time someone asks me for the remote.
Yeah. The goat. Another classic. Oh dear. Alex, you probably don't know.
Yeah, it's just meaningless to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
The lore here, the backstory is that basically, when did this come out, Chris? We were probably about 15, were we? It's like last year's a school, isn't it?
It's got all the Dawson's Creek people in it.
It has, yeah. It's a very late night sort of thing. But we watched it a lot at, I guess, college, I suppose, wasn't it? I don't know. Anyway, let's watch the trailer.
With a normal routine.
Good morning, everyone.
The raspberry flapovers will be out in a moment.
Is anything but.
The kitchen is closed.
The Muppets are back. They all had their place in the world. Except for Gonzo.
I've always wondered where I came from, who I am.
Hey, Gonzo, don't you think you ought to take a little break? You're starting to freak out.
Oh, Renfrew the Bear. He's the real star.
The music's amazing.
Yeah. Not seen it in a long time. When did you last see it, Chris?
Long time
ago, yeah. So, Alex, what's your history of the Muppets? Are you a Muppet fan?
Yeah, I like the Muppets. I remember watching the TV show as a child. I like Muppet Christmas Carol. I think it's one of the best tellings of that story. I'm a fan. I am a fan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't really sure. I saw the more recent Muppet one, the first one, and I thought it was all right, but...
That was all right.
You're analysing this, Sam?
Yeah.
Sorry?
You're analysing this, are you? This one?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, you can do if you like. We can share it. I don't mind. It's fine. That first Muppets one of the new one was good, but did you see the second one, Ricky Gervais? That was abysmal. Have you seen that, Chris?
Yeah, I think it struggles from... Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Yeah.
Gervais, that's the problem.
Isn't there a new TV series?
It got cancelled after about 3 episodes, I think. Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, that's a pity.
I haven't seen that. Yeah. It was meant to be pretty awful though. It was like that was like an office style
show in London.
Fly on the wall
this
thing,
month,
wasn't
it? I think they're filling the O2. I think.
Oh, are they?
Oh, okay, cool. I'm a fan. I like the Muppets.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to watching that next week. Now I'll hand you back to Future Past Us. Bye bye. Right, Alex, could you let people know how to get in touch with us?
Yes, so go to the website, sciencefictionratingsystem.com. It's very good. It looks really nice. There's lots of stuff on there. Email us at sciencefictionratingsystem@gmail.com. Pick a film, just one film now. Tell us that you want to see it, tell us why, and we'll watch it. And then follow us at Twitter, SF Rating System, Instagram, Science Fiction Rating System, and Facebook, SF Rating System. There you go.
Fantastic. Thank you. Good one. Good week.
Yeah.
Good hosting, Chris.
Well done, Chris.
Good to
Thank you.
get JP back in there.
Yeah, where it should be.
We're at 91 films now, so we're
reaching our 100,
the big 100. Yeah. Anyway, that's it, I think. Any further business?
No.
How was Cannes?
Oh, very good, thank you.
Forgot the Sprinkle of Stardust.
I think I did.
Did you see any science fiction?
Did I do a post?
Yeah.
I saw the Fahrenheit 451.
Oh,
made that again today. Was it good?
It's rubbish.
No.
Oh, right.
Really quite bad. And in fact, I was going to look up because remember the film Equilibrium?
yeah.
Oh God, yes.
I don't know if that was based on the same book, but it must be. There's so much of the same stuff in it, but that was so much better than this one.
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium's a terrible.
Oh, I like Equilibrium.
I quite like it. It's great.
Gun Carter.
Yeah, Gun Carter, exactly.
Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the old Fahrenheit 451? It's quite a good film.
Yeah.
No, is it Nazis?
Judy Christie in it.
Is it Nazis?
Yeah.
No, it's like a 1984 sort of dystopian set in the future sort of book. I mean, they're based on Nazis, aren't they? But it isn't actually Nazis, I don't think.
No.
It's
Yeah, it was really quite bad.
no, that's a shame. That's your only sci-fi.
Yeah, I didn't. The other films were not sci-fi, so.
What's the best film you saw?
Probably that one, Fahrenheit 451.
Oh, God.
What?
And that was bad.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Pickens.
Some years you connect, some years you don't with them. Yeah, I don't see a lot of films, to be honest.
Too busy.
Just schmoozing. Yeah.
Too busy smoozing.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it.
Cool. Right then.
Cheers. Bye.